Hello, hello. My name is Antonio Edward, and I'm just now diving into the home automation. I'm very excited about it. Something I dreamt about as a child, and now it's possible. Just for a few $100, it's possible to have a fully automated house, or at least very close to being a fully automated house. So let's dive right in, shall we? Starting to sound like the woo.
Shiz.
All right, so this is something I just drew up in PowerPoint and had a good time doing it. It's one of those things that where I really wanted to have an idea of where I wanted to go with this, as far as setting up my home, what kind of lights I want to buy, and also to consider that I am renting this place. It's not mine. So there's not a whole lot I can do as far as customizing every single thing I want to do. My wife and I, we are planning on buying a house a year or two from now. Um, and of course, I'm going to deck it out as much as I can, with a whole lot of lights all over the place. But for now, because we're renting, there are certain things that it can't replace, like fixtures and light, light, electric, anything dealing with electricity. So I'm going to have to try to work around what we can do. So looking at this map, this is a not to scale layout of our home. It's a duplex. That's why it's very long, because on the other side of this house is something very similar to this, just kind of flipped around. It's like the opposite. So, but this house is big enough for what we have right now, and we are definitely excited about buying a new home in about a year or two. But right now, this is what we have, and it's cozy, it's nice, keeps us from the elements outside. But this is what we're looking to do. So this is basically the front of the house, and this is the back of the house. We got the front door, and this little light is those Christmas light laser lights that you shine onto the house, so it produces a red and green light. And I think on Halloween you can get one that's like a orange and white light. And so I would like to have a permanent cord that comes out here that we could plug in and turn it on automatically, even when we're not at home, so that it shines onto our home at all times. And so this is why I got this labeled as AL. And it's something that I want to add in to the automation of the home. I got everything color coded because it tells me what I think is more important and what I want to order on my next order of Amazon based on the cost and everything. So all the yellow ones are items that I want to buy right away. And so it says singlet, soft white. You see I have three of them in yellow. Well, of course they come packs of one, two, and four. So I may get four. And on this singlet color, I'll get two color lamps or color light bulbs. This one says bright soft light. I'm going to research and look for a really bright, and I only need one. And most likely it'll be the Lifx soft white, and because I understand that those are the brightest smart bulbs out there. This one here is the Livix color, which I'm going to explain that the blue are the future additions I'm going to add, like maybe a few months from now. And so I would like to expand upon it. The magenta are the lights that I already have. So I've already started my automation with two light bulbs, one in my niece's room and the other one in the living room. And I'll be expanding even more to other rooms, which I'll explain up here in a moment. Um, I'm also going to dive into getting some actual wall switches. And that's all categorized right here. This is a one switch. It's only a one switch. So I'll take out the switch that came with this duplex and put in the automated switch in place of it. This is a two switch. So it has two little toggle switches. And this is a three switch. I put three and two because the unit itself is in a two switch unit or a whole, but there are three switches on it. And so I did see somewhere on Amazon where I can get and I don't know the terminology. I guess I will be learning all that over time, but I'll be getting a two whole switch unit, but has three individual buttons on it that I can control. And these are smart plugs. And I'm just going to get the basic Wi-Fi smart plugs. I may consider getting a smart things smart plug so I don't have to tie up my Wi-Fi. I can keep it off the Wi-Fi and have smart things control that. So this is what the basic setup, very basic for now. And of course, I'll be expanding upon that over time. Adding to it, replacing, moving things around because maybe I don't like the setup, so I may have to change a few things and stuff like that. Okay, so let's start with the front door. In the front yard, I was thinking about getting like two different units and maybe even getting some waterproof plugs. That's something I may consider getting an extension cord that has like, those really thick orange ones, and on the end it has three outlets. And I am getting some waterproof plugs to put in place, tape it around with some electric tape so that when it rains it doesn't get wet in between the outlet and the plug itself, and then plugging in a couple of these Christmas lights and that will shine on the house. And I want to put that on an actual plug. As you see down here, I got it in blue because right now it's January 13th. And because it's January 13th, I don't need that now, but that's something that I want to do sometime before the end of the year is to put it on a timer using smart things. Then we got the front door, and I was thinking about hooking up a motion sensor. And what I want to do with this lamp, and I categorize it as a C, this is a C lamp, is I want to be color, but what I want to do is if someone is detected on SmartThings motion detector, it will turn into a bright white as someone approaches this door. And so it's bright white light. And then as soon as no motion is detected, and I'll probably set it to like a 10-minute delay, then it goes back to the original color. And if it's Christmas, it'll go to like a green and red light and maybe alternate the green and red light throughout the night. And Halloween, I can do orange and white. But with this motion detector, I also want smart things to send me an alert when there's motion detected. I know that's going to get annoying when it's really windy because during thunderstorms here in Texas, a lot of things move outside, heavy rain. So I'm hoping that I can find something that could, you know the difference between a human being and just a bunch of stuff blowing around in the on the ground. But we'll see. We'll see how that works. I think it'll be nice to have that. But at least the light turning to a bright white so that we can look out the peephole and determine, because we're not going to get the camera and all that first. That's going to come down later. The camera equipment is, quite expensive. So I'm going to get that eventually. But for now, I think just having a white light and I can just go peep out the door will be a good touch. Plus, if the light turns on, then someone's going to think that someone is home because it's like, oh, I know you're there. Let me turn on the light so I can see who's there. Even when we're sleeping, the white light turns on. That will give a deterrence for anybody trying to break in while we're sleeping. So I think that's a great feature to have. And then the light turns off as soon as they leave. Of course, it's a good thing to also have the switch there too. Now, this switch right here is this one here. It's a 3 and 2 switch. And so what I want to do is put tape on the actual switch because I'm not going to get this at first. The 3 and 2 automated switch. That's something I'm going to do later. So I'm just going to basically put some tape around the switch itself to make sure that people don't turn it off. Um, what I want to do here in the living room is entertain people. And so these two are lamps. You can get them at Walmart. They're the tall lamps. It has like shelves on it. You can put stuff in the shelves, and it has a lamp on top. Very nice lamp. I actually love it. Well, I got one, and that's why
Turn
this is
living room
green,
lamp
because I have
to
one
soft
already,
white.
and this one is blue because I want to buy an additional one, and this is where the sofa is. So because there's a sofa here, I want to have a lamp on both sides. This blue strip here are strip lights that I want to put underneath the coffee table. This is the fan, and there's four lamps in that's hanging down from the fan. This letter A, small case a, indicates the fan, and I want to be able to control the fan using automation as well. And so that would be by way of a switch, and that would be part of the switch that we have down here. In the front room, we have Echo, and so that's nice for Alexa control. And I eventually want to get a Google one as well to put in the front room. I just want to get one, see how it goes. I already got it hooked up on my phone. I got all the connections to smart things to SingLid. Um, and so eventually I want to also include it in my home. And I just realized I think I misspelled SingLid. Okay, SingLid, not SingLid. This right here is a Christmas tree. And so I want to put that on a smart plug. And I was actually thinking about keeping the smart plug plugged in. And so when Christmas comes around, we can have the Christmas lights turn on automatically, even when we're not at home, and then to turn off, shortly before or after sunrise. So I think that's a cool feature as well. I have another strip, this blue line right here. This is a TV, and I'm going to put a strip of light in the back of the TV to give it a little bit more ambiance. So that's basically it for our living room, and I think this is pretty much enough. We got two tall lamps. We got one right now, and we have two strips underneath the coffee table, automated Christmas tree lights, and eventually automate the lamps up here too. And each light will be its own, controllable bulb. As you see down here, I'm thinking about doing this later. It's not something I want to do right away. So for now, it's the standard LEDs in here. What I might do first is to get the switch, the 3 and 2 switch, and with the regular LEDs, have this control this so that the lights can turn off and on, whenever I want it to. Now we come into the kitchen. The reason why this is orange and this is red. In fact, I have to make a little correction here because it should be red because I don't have a Google yet. I only have an Echo. I'm going to add Echo here and so that people can use it in the kitchen. And I may get the Echo Spot. I think that would be something to have because then where the stove is at, actually, this would be better if it was, oops, okay, move this next to the stove because then we can do recipes. I think that'd be a cool feature. So I may get an echo spot for that. So that's something to dream about. And I think that's really nice. We can say, hey, what's the ingredients to spaghetti? And so then I can have Echo walk me through a recipe of spaghetti. This is an overhead lamp. That's what the orange circle is. And this is controlled by this switch. There's a two-way switch here. It's L and K. And as you can tell, this is something I want to get right away. So I'm going to replace this switch with a smart switch. And this also controls the dining room. And this one has five individual bulbs. I'm going to keep those standard LEDs. You know, I replaced the whole house with LED lights, about when I first moved in. They had the CFL lights in there before. I replaced it all with LEDs. I kept the old CFL so when we move out, I can put them back. But I went completely LED. This is before I learned about home automation with Alexa and Google. So this will be standard LEDs, and it's just going to be on and off switch, telling this switch to turn off and on. And this is like a little chandelier type of setup. Currently, we do have a tall lamp here, which stays on 24 hours a day. The reason why, because we do have a window that sits right here. And this is I'm sorry, right here. We have a window right here, and this is the only light from the outside that comes into the house. By the time the light reaches in here, it is very dark, 24 hours a day. It is extremely dark. And so, because the light doesn't go far enough into the kitchen, there is no window in the kitchen area either. So, what I want to do with this is to automate it using smart things to where during the day the light is dim, and at night the light rises. Rises. The light gets brighter at night, but then at 1 o'clock in the morning, I want to dim it a little bit some more so that it creates a more cozy night. I'm a person that stays up late at night. In fact, if you notice the time, it's 4:42. So, I'm up late every single night. So this lamp is going to, I like to have different automation for decreasing the light during the day, increasing it at night, and increase it again in the midnight time zone or time, area, so that we can have this light stay on 24 hours a day, but variance, there's no point in having this very bright during the day. This right here is a dark corner as well. And so I want to put, and this is blue because I need to buy this one. Just going to buy the same thing at Walmart, put it over here, and have this automate with this. So they both turn on or just the brightness throughout the day and add some more light and more character to this corner, which has nothing on it right now. I'm going to talk about these arrows in a minute, but these are motion detectors, and I'll get into that in a minute. This right here is like an old nook. Uh, uh, they have like shelves and everything. We have like stuffed animals and awards, posters, all kinds of things here. And so, what I would like to do is automate these with the motion detectors. So, if you're coming in from the kitchen dining room area, this light turns on, but also turns on this light because you're going to continue on and walk down the hallway, or maybe enter one of these rooms, go into the laundry room, and what have you. If you're coming in from over here, this one will activate this light, but this one will activate this light and this light. So I am adding some crazy automation stuff there. As soon as you exit, I want this one to turn on this light, and I want this one to turn on this light and this light. And this one right here will keep this light on. So you can walk into the kitchen, light turns on automatically, and then it will activate the dining room light. If you're coming in from in here, it'll turn on the dining room light and the kitchen light. But while I'm in the kitchen, this light will turn off. And so those are kind of things that I would like to happen. The hallway is extremely dark, and this switch is in the middle of the hallway. So it's like why? So that's why I want to add a little bit of automation in the hallway. These will have standard LED lights. It's just going to be controlled by a switch, which this is something I want to do right away. If you notice, I have AM and AN. The AN is in the laundry room. And what I want to do with that is put a a sensor. So when the doors open, turns on the light. When the doors close, 2 second delay, or maybe a 5 second delay, turns off the light. So I think that's a cool idea to have because the washing machine and dryer, there's very little room to stand. So a lot of the times I am in there, um, the door is wide open. And so as long as the sensor doesn't pick up the other door, and it's a two-way door, it's a double door, while the sensor's not picking up the other sensor, this light can stay on. But as soon as you close the door, light turns off maybe 5, 10 seconds later. Um, and then in the hallway or in the bathroom, this one is a 5 light bulb vanity mirror light, which is really nice. I replaced it with all LEDs. It used to have those clear light bulbs, those round clear light bulbs that you see in like in movies, where people put on their makeup. I put LEDs in there. I'm about saving the environment, so I want to draw as less of electricity as possible. And this will be controlled by a switch. This is a two switch here. This also controls the light above the bathroom. And there's a fan in this one too. So you turn it on, it's used, and you turn it off. And so, but if you notice here, that switch is on my future list. I'm not worried about the bathroom at this time. Same thing with this bathroom, the master bathroom. We got one above the shower. There's a vanity mirror with 10 lights. And so for now, just a regular, manual switch. But I do want to automate the night light in the bathroom. We have like a little night light here, and that's going to be just on a smart plug. And I want to get that right away. So it will turn on at sunset and turn back off at sunrise. And let's go back over here. And so we got the kitchen light, and then we also have the stove light. We use the stove light more than we use the kitchen light. And so I want to automate the stove light as well. Usually, we're always above the stove and everything. Now you see these blue strips? These blue strips I want to add to the top of the cabinets, but also I want to put underneath the cabinet where the sink is at. So we have some nice light underneath the sink. So I think that's, a good thing to have. And I will probably go with the soft white underneath and then go with full color on the top. You know, why not? Full color everywhere. Why not? And so in Kira's room, my niece, we have an Echo that she has on her own. In fact, about 2 hours ago, she was blasting some music. Didn't mind because I was up, so no big deal. And this is a tall lamp I want to get for this corner. We only got one lamp in there now, but I want to get a tall lamp. She only has one side table, a nightstand. She only has one nightstand, so I'm gonna get her a nice long tall lamp and put a color light bulb in it. And if you notice, I got a future purchase for a color light bulb. I currently do have already a color light bulb in her lamp. Like I said, I already bought two, one in the living room and one in her room. So that's going to be her light bulb there. And then for the ceiling fan and the light, it's only one light bulb. And the ceiling fan, it'll be controlled by a switch. So it's going to be on, off, and this will be standard LED. And then turn on the fan. We have these little lantern lights. It's really cute. It takes um, was it those smaller screws. I know I have to learn those terms because the regular size screw, and then which standard light bulb, and then you got those really tiny ones with the smaller screw on it, and it's made for like small things like a lantern. So what this would do is I would like to automate that too. So if she wants to turn off all the lights but have that lantern light on, she could say, Alexa, turn on lantern light, and then she can tell it to turn off the lamps as well. And I also want to put a light strip because this closet doesn't have a light. So I want to put a light strip above the door and then put a sensor on it. So when she opens the door, turns on the light strips, and then when the door closes, turns off the light strip. Now, I do notice sometimes that she leaves the closet door open. So I was going to use smart things to, if you open the door, it gives like a 30-minute delay and then turns off automatically. No big deal. I could put a motion sensor on it, but that's a little bit of intrusion. And so a sensor, I believe, is just fine. Um, the first bedroom or the second bedroom, because this is the third bedroom, the first bedroom, the second bedroom, excuse me, is an office. And if you notice, this echo is red. We don't have an echo in it yet, but I do want to get an echo for in here as well. Um, I have a tall lamp here, and but this lamp has an arm to it, and so it's going to require two light bulbs. If you notice, I have a bright soft white. So I'll probably be using Livix soft white because I want it to be very bright. I'm going to research other light bulbs that are just as bright, but I believe Livix is the brightest you can get in a smart bulb, unless you put a regular light bulb in it and put it on a switch. But I do want to be able to control it, to dim it, turn it back up again. The letter T is a singlet. Singlet is not as bright, but I think it's good enough for the arm. I want to buy an additional lamp here to light up the other corner. And so get a lamp and then put another singlet soft white bulb. Same thing with Kira's room. I want to be able to control the fan and the standard LED light. And this one here is a studio light. Because it's very dark in here and these lights aren't that bright, the studio lights are brighter. And so I would like to put that on a smart switch. So I can say, Alexa, turn on studio lights. And then if I want to do like a conference call on Skype for Business or Skype, or if I want to record some video, I can turn on the studio lights and automatically lights up. I want to get, I do have some extra stands, but I need to buy additional light, studio light, so that we can light up both sides of my face. The desk is right here, and this is a chair, and the desk is in the center of the room. There's another desk that I work at because I work from home. So that's where that's at. On this one, I'm going to get later. As you notice, I don't have, it's on the to buy, it's a future list, but it's going to be a standard switch with a sensor on it. And it's going to, you open the door, light turns on, close the door, light turns off. Simple as that. Maybe with a 10-second delay or something like that. Um, and so this is the closet to this room. Over here is the master bedroom. This is where we're at. I already have, it's a pyramid shape lamp, uh, tall lamp, sits on the floor. And what I want to do is take the light bulb out and put a color light bulb. So if you notice, I got the sing lid, and I'm going to do that right away. So that's going to be a color. We got the lantern light in here, and I'm going to put that on a smart switch. Just standard off and on. Now, I have seen those skinny light bulb smart lights, and I don't remember who makes it. I think it's a Wi-Fi. I want to find one that works off the hub because I want to keep as much things off the Wi-Fi as possible. Because as it is, I believe the smart switch that I was looking at only works through Wi-Fi. So, but I may be able to find one that works through smart things as well. And this one is a one switch. And so this controls the closet light. So what I want to do is put a sensor on it. And the reason I want to do this one here, because my wife, she leaves the light on all the time, or most of the time. So I definitely want to get a switch for that and replace the switch, put a smart switch and a sensor. So when you close the door, closet light turns off. No big deal. We have two um, side tables here and nightstands actually, and but we don't have any lamps on them. So I want to get a couple lamps, just standard lamps, Walmart special. I may go a little bit more expensive and go to Target, but I'm going to get smart bulbs put in here as well. And I think I put those under color. Yeah, so those are future purchase, and those are also going to be color. It would be nice to have like a. My wife, she likes to see with the light on. I don't. So, maybe choose a certain color that she likes, and maybe choose a darker color for me, and turn off this light here. Um, we already have an Echo already sitting on her side. I want to get myself one too. But we're going to pair these two together so we can have stereo sound in the bedroom. And so I think that's going to be live. It's going to be awesome. Let's hop into the master bedroom or bathroom. This one is a 10 light vanity mirror in the bathroom. All LEDs now. They were CFLs. No, no, that they were actually regular clear light bulbs. And I'm like, no, no. So I put all LEDs in here, standard switch, and this switch will also control the one above the bathroom. On this switch, I am that's going to be a future purchase. And so now motion detection. Oh, there's going to be one here in the hallway, and so there's three, four, five, six, seven. I may not get all those at once, but what I may do is get one for the front door first, because I think that's more important for security purposes. And then, go from there, basically. Um, maybe get two more, maybe one for the hallway because it is dark. So get this one and this one. I think that's all we need at first. Then we can add these four later. Light strips for the back of the TV, Kira's room, living room, and our room. So we'll put light strips behind there because Kira, she does invite her friends over every once in a while. So I think she would like to entertain her friends by, well, everything is color. I may even get a color lantern. I may switch that to a color bulb. And I think it'll be nice for her to, be able to have like a little disco going on. Get her the disco app, and she can make these lights dance to the music that's coming off of Alexa. So I think that's cool. She already got her own Echo, so that's nice. In her bathroom, this is the guest, bathroom as well. Standard switch, and let me see. I think that's it. Oh, and this lamp here, our dogs. We got a backyard here. And so we always like to say, outside, outside, to see if they're interested in going outside to go take care of their business. So we're going to call this light outside. Alexa, outside. And it will turn on this light. And then I'm going to program it to where after the door opens and close, if it opens again and close, it turns off the light automatically because we're letting the dogs back in. I may not do that, but maybe something I can experiment with to see how it goes, and adjust it later. All right, so this is my smart home idea, something I want to work on. Oh, the pantry. I may put a light in there too with the door sensor, and and there's so many different creative ways of doing different things, and but this is what I want to do so far. Two color singlet light bulbs, and that's going to be on the outside, and that's also going to be in the bedroom, in our bedroom. Soft light, which is going to be the arm of the tall lamp, the kitchen, and I want to do it above the stove because we use this light more than we use the overhead kitchen light. And then AJ is, oh, this lamp. I want to be able to control that. you know, for dimming purposes during the day. Get a bright light for the office. So put that on the top. And that'll most likely be a Livix soft white. One switch, get two of those. And that'll be for the closet. And let's see, AL is what again? AL, AL, AL. Huh, I don't see AL right away, but that is going to be, don't remember. It's on here somewhere. But AL, oh, for the Christmas light. I'm not sure why. Oh, I see a mistake already. Ah, my bad. I'm gonna call this one AP. Okay. So, yeah, this is AL, the outside light. I want to be able to control that as well. And I think that would be so cool. I'm gonna have to look at this a little bit more. AP switch, AP plug. Yeah, this is gonna be on a plug outside. This is gonna be on a switch. Okay, because this is simply gonna be on and off. That's it. I may add motion detection later, and just to notify us if there's any movement happening in the backyard, maybe even a motion detection out here, and there will be battery powered, and so it would be good to have, because when we're sleeping or some, it would be nice to be notified if there's a intrusion of some sort, intruder. All right, so this is the idea that I have so far in the garage. I know I call it the garage. There'll be a standard two switch. This is a CFL now. I don't go in the garage that often, so I'm not really worried about it. But what I may do is put I'm surprised I didn't add it on here, motion detection, and put a door sensor on it. So if the door opens, this comes on. Maybe even put a door sensor or a multi-purpose sensor on the garage door, because that is an external door, and it would be good to get notifications in case someone's breaking into the garage door. And also turn on the light when the garage door opens, and then do the same thing when this door opens, and then add a motion detection for if there's any movement in the garage door. So I think that's a good idea. And I thought about this too, motion detection in the living room. In fact, I may put it both ways. I've read somewhere where there are some motion detectors that don't really pick up that well. So if you put two of them, and we can have motion detection there. And if we're coming home for the first time, or if it detects that no one's in the living room, it can turn off all the lights. I do plan on using these lights too with smart things to where we say, Alexa, we're leaving, and Alexa will tell us, okay, please have a good day and drive safely, whatever, maybe some random words or something. But then I want to activate smart things to automate these lights, especially the ones near the windows. So turn this one on, turn it off, turn this one, change colors on the outside light, turn on the garage door light because the bottom of the garage door, you can still see a little light. So if the garage is turned on, you turn it on for a bit, turn it off. I think that will make it look like we're at home. The hallway light can stay off, but the bedroom lights, I was thinking about flickering on and off here and there, and also the bathroom light because there's a window right here too. And there's a window here, window here, window here. And so we can flick these lights off and on as well. And then maybe even have it where we can say, Alexa, we're going to bed. And if it's still dark outside, we don't have to flick all these lights, but we could just flick the front room lights. Just turn them off and on. And with the motion detection, if someone does come into the room, it turns that automation off. So something to think about. I think it'll be kind of cool to go either way with that. Well, I've been talking for about 40 minutes now. So I like to ask that this is my first video on that I haven't done in a very long, I mean, in years. I used to do a regular podcast and it was during the lowest point of my life, but um, you will see that in this channel. I kept those videos up. I have a lot of other videos on here as well, but I'm going to start up again with more videos. And this series is going to be called Home Automation in my journey through that. So I like to ask that you subscribe to the channel and get those notifications in. And please like on the video. So if you like the video that you're looking at, just click on that like button, which is it's coming up here in a second here. Just click on that little like button right there, and I really would appreciate that. Okay. I'll put the link to this video in the description in case you're interested in looking at the trailer that I made a few months of over a year ago. All right, I just tap on the mic and I apologize for that. So yeah, please like our move our video and please have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.